That's Henny, my very vocal hen. Do you feel jealous? Have you had those jealous thoughts when you see someone else who has something you want? Have you ever felt resentment because you work so hard to achieve certain goals when other people seem to have success fall right into their laps? It's so unfair, right? I hate to admit this, but I've been jealous throughout my life. As a child, in my friendships, my relationships, my career, of my friends on social media, there were times that I would let jealousy eat me up inside. I would feel sorry for myself, like, why can't I have this? Or why does life have to be so hard for me? I would be constantly comparing my life to others. Jealousy is exhausting and debilitating. It drains your energy and it depresses you. Jealousy and envy are closely related. They both involve a desire for what someone else has, but jealousy is more of a resentment or hostile emotion upon a person, whereas envy is more of an admiration or just wishing to have what someone has. When I was in art school, both in the fine arts and the graphics arts, jealousy was everywhere. But that was the dynamic of art students. It was very, I don't want to say narcissistic, but more egocentric. We all competed to create these mind-blowing projects that would receive all the accolades from our professors and get the most attention. There was this constant comparison and competition going on all the time, and that's the way it is in the arts. This was all before digital design was big, so at least no one had the advantage of Photoshop at the time, but it was still very competitive. I want to talk about my own personal story of jealousy that I've since moved through and dealt with, but something that may seem silly. Sorry about my chickens. But for years, this really bothered me. So I've always been jealous of tall girls. I know, right? Ever since I was a teenager, I've wanted to be taller, even just a few inches taller. I envy women who can wear any style of clothing without looking frumpy, which is not me. And for a long time, I used to think that careers just came easier for taller women because I equated tallness with more success. And here I am, this teensy bitty person who has to wear 4-inch heels just to feel normal. For a bit of context, before I get out of bed in the morning, and if I really stretch, I'm 5'2" for about 3 seconds. Then I shift down to about 5'1 and a half. And yes, that 1/2 inch is really important. When I was in my 20s, I was heavy into Pilates because I read that Pilates stretches could actually add up to an inch of height. Whether it did, I'm not sure, because I don't think it lasted. Of course, we all tend to shrink with age, so I still stretch out every day in an effort to combat that. I was always comparing myself to others physically, and so I would channel the insecurities about my size into exercise. In high school, I was on the track team and tennis teams, and as an adult, I would work out 4 to 5 times a week, heavily into aerobics and power walking. My thought process was, if I can't be tall, at least I'll be toned. But in my 20s, it became this obsession. I was so self-absorbed in staying fit that I told my then husband I didn't want kids because I was afraid it would ruin my body, and our marriage suffered. My personal jealousy had manifested into this crazy obsession, but it also forced me to take this reality check. And then I realized that I did want to start a family. And about a year later, we had our firstborn. Fast forward about 30 years. I'm still adamant about working out and staying in shape, but only to stay healthy, not because I'm obsessed. I do, however, still have to wear the high heels, but not as high, maybe just 2 or 3 inches. Today, I am much more comfortable and accepting of my body. I've learned to be grateful for the things about me that I can control. Can I accept that I will never be tall and long-legged? Yes. I've accepted my petite frame, and I've learned how to accentuate the positive features I have. The world is full of tall people, short people, people of all shapes and sizes. There will always be people who have what you want: beauty, success, lifestyle. But can you accept and be grateful for who you are and what you already have? That is the key. Being jealous of what someone else has just brings about suffering. And life is way too short to suffer and stress over things that we cannot control. It's so easy to compare ourselves to someone and decide that we fall short. We're not as good or successful or pretty or rich as they are. At least subconsciously, we'll criticize someone's appearance or their intelligence just to make ourselves feel better inside. We do this to distract from our own insecurities. It's natural to compare our appearance, our intelligence, our lives to others. But the thing is, when we do that, we are only setting ourselves up for misery. We feel sorry for ourselves and we feel like, why does everyone else get the blessings and we don't? Having this mindset keeps us in a low vibration. So, how do we move beyond jealousy? First, we accept and acknowledge that we're jealous. When we feel that icky twinge, stop and accept it. Okay, I'm feeling jealous right now. And tell yourself it's okay. It's not who I really am. It's just an emotion. I'm just experiencing a jealous feeling passing through me. Second, show gratitude for the jealousy. Jealousy is showing us where we want to be in life. It's a sign that can motivate us to step outside of our little security box and make positive changes in our life. When we distract ourselves with positive action, we don't have time to sit and ruminate in misery. When we are doing things to improve our life, we are building confidence and pride in ourselves and feeling less and less jealous about what others are doing. Having an abundance mindset is understanding that there's enough to go around, that everyone has the same opportunities and possibilities, that instead of feeling threatened, we celebrate each other's successes. You can learn to channel that twinge of jealousy into adrenaline and use that to set a goal for yourself. Say to yourself, someday I'm going to accomplish what that person has accomplished. To be honest, I am not perfect. I still get jealous, especially when I'm scrolling through social media, which is really a bad habit I'm working on. But for now, I am more aware of the emotion that I'm going through. I have to remember that we're all on different journeys. We all have different obligations and challenges, and that I can't compare my journey to someone else's. Maybe their journey has been harder than my own. Okay, Stella. Maybe their journey has been harder than my own, and what I'm seeing is only a tiny piece of their life. A mantra to remember that has worked for me is, stop being jealous of people in their winning season. You don't know what they lost in their losing season. That's why we should celebrate other people's wins. I know this can be difficult at times, but if you can really make an effort to be happy for someone else, it's a blessing for you. Take their success and turn it into a positive for you. Use it as a gauge to help you accomplish your own goals. I hope this helps you in your own journey, and I hope you have a great day. See you next time.